What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dak Attack Show. Now, look, I know the title of this video is a little bit dramatic, but I'm about to keep it all the way a buck in this particular segment because I've just been seeing a whole lot of foolishness over the course of this entire offseason, and now that the Joneses have actually made some moves and we have started to see the entire picture the Cowboys are trying to paint as it pertains to what they are trying to do with this team and the direction they are taking them in, there are still those out there that have caught a serious case of die-on-a-hillitis, meaning these dudes made a take and they don't want to move off of it even when new information is given, because at the end of the day, there are some out there, whether it be a Cowboys media member, whether it be some fans, or whether it be even some of my own content creating peers, there are those out there whose only objective is to be right in whatever it is that they're saying versus trying to genuinely be a fan or to inform their audiences that are watching their content or viewing their tweets or whatever kind of medium it is that they work through. And I'm gonna be honest, man, I've had enough. I've just been sitting back in the cut just watching, and one of the things that I told myself when I first created this platform, and you can hear me say this in one of my first videos, was I am here to course correct the media and the perception that is created about the Dallas Cowboys and our fan base. That goes for not only national media talking heads like the Shady McCoys and the Stephen A. Smiths and all these people, but that goes for my own counterparts, my own peers as well. Whenever I see someone doing a little bit too much for the sake of trying to, I guess, brighten their own star in a sense, then it needs to be called out, man. Today, we about to call that out because at some point, we all have to take our expert analyst hats off and be what we promised to our audience we were in the first place, which are fans of the team. And fans recognize fans, Grandpa, and y'all looking kind of unfamiliar right now. First things first, let's address these foolish narratives that Cowboys fans and creators alike keep trying to push. For what reason, I have no clue. Again, I think it's just that case of die-on-a-hillitis that we talked about, because these guys created a narrative about the Cowboys, but even with new information given to them, they cannot move off of that narrative. The narrative that the Cowboys are trying to set Dak Prescott up for sabotage, and they're trying to do everything that they can to set up a rebuild, and they're all in on this year, and then everybody's going and they're blowing everything up and all the other stuff. That narrative is dying more and more and more by the day with every move that's being made. Why was that narrative made in the first place? We have to ask ourselves that question. That narrative was made in the first place, and the whole outrage with the Joneses was a thing in the first place because we as a fan base were sick and tired of the Joneses giving us false promises or presenting a half-baked product to us. They continued to field a team that had clear and obvious and glaring issues. They continued to field this exact team without doing so much as lifting a pinky to try and fix these issues. That is what we were originally pissed off about. The fact that we knew the offensive line needed help and they let our offensive line go, our all-pro offensive lineman go in Tyron Smith. And we had some of our depth guys leave off the defensive line. And we had holes on this team throughout the entire season. And honestly, for the last few years, this team has had an issue. What has been the number one reason we have gotten our ass kicked in the playoffs? Beyond the, interceptions, Dak sucks, defense sucks. It's more than all of that. It's something that actually encompasses the whole entire team. It's attitude, it's physicality, it's getting dominated in the trenches. And that is something that for the first time in years, we can honestly say as fans that the Cowboys went out of their way to truly fix. We got a premium left tackle and a premium inside offensive lineman, whether he plays guard or center. Cooper Beebe is going to be one of those dudes. So by all accounts, now we have a super young left tackle that has an amazing ceiling, an amazing upside, and an amazing floor already. We have a super talented all-pro left guard. Now we have a super talented, high ceiling, high potential player in Cooper Beebe playing center now, which was an upgrade over Tyler Biadasz. I'm telling y'all right now, day one, Cooper Beebe is going to be an upgrade over Tyler Biadasz. We have an all-pro seasoned veteran and Zach Martin playing right guard. And we have Terrence Steele, another year removed off of that ACL injury. He's a little bit healthier. Hopefully he's a little bit stronger, a little bit more confident in his body. our offensive line was effectively fixed. Remember, that was one of our biggest issues as fans, is they let Tyler Biadasz walk and Tyron Smith walk, and they did nothing to replace those guys. But what they did was they replaced them with dudes, especially in Tyler Biadasz's case, that are going to be better at him in that position. They're younger, and they cost a whole hell of a lot less. Okay, outside of the offensive side of the ball, what else has been a big issue? Getting the ball run down our throat over and over and over again, and not fielding actual, real, legitimate linebackers on the field. That issue has been addressed. You cannot sit here as a Cowboys fan, content creator, whatever you are, you can't sit here and honestly, genuinely fix your mouth to say that this linebacking room is not already going to be in better condition than it was at the end of the season last year, or even at the start of the season last year with LVE and Damone Clark, and I guess Marquise Bell as our linebackers last season. I don't know about you, but I like Eric Kendricks, Maurice Luafu, DeMarvion Overshown, and a Damone Clark actually playing his correct linebacker position, which is not Mike. I like that linebacker room a whole hell of a lot more already than the one we had last season. Hell, I like our running back room a lot more already than we had last offseason. Not only do I like it clearly, but one of the most trusted, in my opinion, one of the most trusted staff writers for the DallasCowboys.com, and Patrick Walker, he likes it as well. He's also someone, yes, we wanted to draft a running back. If you kept up with my draft coverage, you know that I wanted a running back throughout the entire thing. But I'm not going to sit here and let my desire to want a running back, just because they didn't do exactly what I wanted them to do, I'm not going to sit here and ignore everything that they actually did do, which they completely fixed the trenches. They brought in 2 brand new shiny linebackers. They added another huge pass rusher on that defensive line, which effectively, in my opinion, is going to replace a Dante Fowler Jr. or a Dorrance Armstrong. I think Marshawn Nealon is going to replace those guys. They added another big body in the defensive tackle room, but yes, we still do need to make another move right there. But again, the offseason is not done yet. But at the end of the day, you cannot objectively take a step back from this team and look at our potential depth chart and say that this team is worse for wear than what it was last season. What did we really lose in the offseason? The biggest loss by role played on the team was probably Tyron Smith and Tony Pollard, right? Our starting left tackle and our starting running back. I don't know about you, but I'm a lot more comfortable with a running back room consisting of Ezekiel Elliott, Rico Dowdle, and Royce Freeman than I was with Tony Pollard, Rico Dowdle, and Deuce Vaughn. Our running back room is better. No, it's not the young stud trust me, we all wanted it. It's not that young stud, but the running back room is better. The trenches are a lot bigger. They're a lot more physical. The attitude has been injected into the team, which is something we've been asking and begging for, because this team's biggest flaw is the fact that it's so damn soft. They're front runners. They get punched in the mouth and it's like they fold, right? That has been fixed just by the attitude guys that they've added and some of the veterans that they've added to this team, like Eric Kendricks. That type of thing has been fixed, guys. Or at least the teams have been placed on a proper path now to fix those things. And then we're all forgetting about Mike Zimmer coming and adding his attitude to this defense. So what am I saying all of this for? Why is all of this relevant? It's relevant because there's people out there that are completely ignoring all of these facts, ignoring the fact that this team, objectively speaking, is going to be going into the season in better shape than it was last season. Objectively speaking, that is the truth. And moves aren't done being made just yet. This team did not have as much work to do as other teams in the league. So yes, other teams are going to look more busy. They're going to look more active. They're going to look like they're trying harder than the Cowboys. But then there's people out there that want to just hang on what they didn't do and don't want to actually legitimately take a step back and be like, okay, I was wrong. It's okay to say I was wrong. And I caution you as viewers, look out for those people that you can think about, be like, hey, have I ever heard this person admit that they were wrong? Look out for those people that if you take a step back and really look at their content, are they more concerned with being a fan and informing you as an audience, or are they trying to make themselves appear to be right? So my only goal with this segment is to be able to breathe some sense, breathe some reasoning into fans. And if I can't do it, please check out Patrick Walker's article, the Science Lab article on the Ezekiel Elliott signing, and kind of explaining to you the ins and outs of this signing and why it's not as bad as you guys are making it out to be, and Zeke is nowhere near as cooked as some of your trusted outlets may make you feel he is. Nowhere near, guys. So my goodness, lay off the drama. I get it. People are scrambling. They're looking. They're trying to get any kind of traction that they can. People are looking for that engagement. They're trying to get clicks. They're trying to get their views. Lay off of the drama bait, though. Lay off the drama bait, man. You don't have to continuously rage bait your audience with these self-serving narratives that you're trying to push about the team just because the team isn't doing what you would necessarily do or what you called for them to do or what you would want them to do. So because they're not doing what you want them to do, there has to be some type of insidious reasoning behind what they are doing. And it's just old. It's kind of whack, man. People got to chill out with that stuff. And again, it really makes me look at people like, bro, what are you doing here? Are you a fan? Do you want the team to be successful, or do you want to just be right about the team being bad? That's what it seems like for a lot of people, man. Even from a football perspective and all this, oh, I'm watching the film says this, film says this. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man, a lot of people don't know what the hell they're looking at when they're actually watching football film. You're not supposed to just be looking at how many yards a player got on a particular play. You're not supposed to be only looking at that player that you're watching the film for. You're supposed to be looking at how the defense is playing the offense, what calls are being made, how a certain play works against a certain play concept on the defensive side. If everybody was on the same page, what led to the play having the result that it actually had. You're not just looking at the result of the play, you're looking at what led to that result. And that's what I hear when I'm hearing a lot of dudes breaking down film. They understand some of the terminology and stuff, but they don't understand the actual purpose of what you're looking at the film for. And it's just, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on it, man. I think this Cowboys Nation, everybody's just really getting exposed. This offseason is really exposing everyone that wants to be right more than they want to actually cheer their team on. They want something actually good to happen for the team. This offseason is just really exposing those that would rather just push negativity and rage bait their viewership or rage bait their audiences versus just trying to actually properly inform their audiences and give non-emotional informational takes about what the team is actually legitimately doing, instead of filling people's heads up with nonsense. And you got them regurgitating this stuff on other platforms, you got them looking silly, and you got us looking at y'all crazy because they're telling us that they got the stuff from you. So it's just, I don't know, man. Either way, we still them same old Cowboys. I just wish Cowboys Nation would actually just support their damn team, bro. I just wish they would support their team, bro. That's it. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.